Welcome to the No Rappers Left Behind project. My name is Christopher Cinque,
I'm Matt Creates.
and these are our favorite albums from July. I think we're going to start off with our albums of the year, if there are any, and then go into our honorable mentions, which there are several. Just to double back on our albums of the year, you've got none?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay. Can I ask you a very serious question?
Yeah, sure.
Is every West Side Gun album an album of the year contender, like just by like default?
No.
Okay. Has West Side Gun ever made a bad album?
No.
All right. So then let's go back to the first question then. Yeah, I want to start there. I want to start with Peace Fly God. Give it to me. Go.
Jesus Crack, big ass bracelet. When you pair up Stove God Cooks and West Side Gun together, it's just a masterpiece. Like them rapping together, them infusing flows, and then the production on this album is just crazy alone, especially on the song Dan Houston or Dan Housen, however you say it. And he made this shit in like 2 days. Like, he made this album in 2 days. This is just like the pre-album for the album he's supposed to release.
Is that Michelle Records?
Huh?
Michelle Records, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, but this album is insane though. I'm kind of tight that I had to wait 2 songs to hear AO, but the intro track alone was just hyping you up to get ready for the album, and it's just enough said. Like, this West Side Gun project is crazy. All the production is insane. Like the 808s, the drums, the beat switches, everything was just amazing. So
Got it. So an honorable mention for you, but not an album of the year contender.
nah.
And that's fine. So, I think that I'll accept that for now because we're going to get another gun project before the end of the year, more than likely. I think even this weekend they put out like that whole Griselda crew put out an album called Long Live Shay, I think to commemorate the passing of DJ Shay. And it's just like, what is that, the 10th, if not 20th Griselda drop of the year, right? You're just always going to get projects from them. But when I was listening through this and just trying to figure out like the best way to talk about it, I was like, there's a algorithm for a good West Side Gun project, right? And we can kind of just skip through the track listing to get through it, right? So you've got the intro by A.A. Rashid, who actually is doing like a masterclass in New York City. I think that's going to be August 26th and 27th. And then he's also hosting like this artist showcasing on September 3rd in the Bronx. And I think like SD Knack and Stove God are both going to be there. So, just additional things to plug. But yeah, so a great West Side Gun album starts off with that intro by A.A. Rashid, right? Just giving you some kind of mathematics, some kind of science, something just to like prelude West Side Gun eventually coming with just like the most insane thing you've ever heard. The next thing is, and I really was like thinking back to a bunch of his projects, he rarely starts you rarely start a West Side Gun project and he's there within like the first 3 minutes. Like SD Neck is on this first and raps a whole verse, and that song is 8 minutes. Jesus Crack is an 8-minute long song.
It's insane.
But I think what SD Knack does really well on this record and also throughout the entire album is kind of just create and like illustrate the like version of Gotham that like West Side Gun rules over, right? Like this just like I think the guys that he brings along to rap with him just do this amazing job of kind of just creating the scene of the world that he lives in. And ST-Neck does that phenomenally here. I think additionally, since Hitler Wears Hermes 7, he'll usually have Stove God come in and just do like some kind of like remix of like some famous proverb or just, some kind of flip of something where it's just like, how did you even think of this, right? So on this record in particular, Stove God does a remix of, what is that? John book 3 verse 16, where it's like, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten, for God so loved the world that he gave us his begotten son. And Stove God takes that and goes, for God so loved the world, he gave us cocaine, right? like that is just, it's just insane, right? Like you literally lost words. And then immediately after that, West Side comes on and it's just like, he reminds you that one, not only is he your favorite rapper for a reason, B, that nobody loves him but his kids and his junkie, and C, that he's just the flyest motherfucker out there, right? Like when I'm listening to West Side Gun, one of the things that I just really appreciate is that like the dichotomy of the worlds that he lives in, right? Like the kind of just like high-end fashion world, right? Like I don't know another rapper that's rapping like Guggenheim with like Christie. Do you know what the Guggenheim is?
No.
Do you know what Christie's is?
No.
Christie's is a famous auction house where like, you know, your Warhols, your Basquiat's and all that other stuff gets sold. The Guggenheim is one of my favorite restaurants, one of my favorite museums in New York City. But it's just fly, like you just have to be around like fly niggas to like really be on game, right?
So you calling me not a fly nigga is what you saying?
I mean, you got to go back to you got to go to the AA Rashid Masterclass and get put on game. And then you come around, you know, then you can hang with the squad. But I think the rest of the album kind of just like is a continuation of the vibe that you get from this one, right? Like I think my favorite records on here are Open Praise, Big Ass Bracelet. I mean, it's just classic fucking West. And the fact that, like you said, he banged this out in like 2 days, it's nuts, man. I think that nobody else puts you on to shit that you didn't even know that you didn't know in a dope way, or tells you about the evils of a world that you are so thankful that you don't know, in a way that's more compelling than he does. And so, you know, I could ramble on and on about Wes for forever. But yeah, I just wanted to start there. Oh, actually, can I tell you another ridiculous thing?
What?
So when we were rolling out the trailer, edited and co-produced by Wolf, Wolf on the boards. My ex had reached out to me and was like, "Hey, have you listened to this like West Side Gun project?" And I was like, "This is a trap that I should not entertain." But there's certain bait that I'm always gonna fall for, and so you know we ended up talking about the album. And at the end of the conversation, like once the conversation was over, I was like, "Do you know how like heartbreaking it is to like lose a woman that's a Griselda fan?" I still every night just cry myself to sleep. It's ridiculous. It's fucking. There's some good ones out there. Never lose faith, gentlemen. But anyway, what were you know? What did you enjoy? What did you enjoy this month?
Lil Uzi dropped the EP, Red and White. I'm not going to say that. Oh, it's 2016 Uzi. It's 2016 Uzi because everybody was saying that, and it's just like he will never be.
Who is everybody? Oh, everybody in college. Oh, everybody.
You didn't look at the reviews and stuff, dude?
No, I come up with my own opinions.
That's
my own. I'm
giving my own opinion.
Yeah.
Right. But he was able to crack like surfaces of the stuff that he was doing. Oh, like I think what Uzi was trying to do with this project was like try to like find a way to go back to that old style while renewing the talents that he still has today. So just songs like Space Cadet, Hitting My Shoulder, Glock in My Purse, and For Fun were all just like fun like SoundCloud era type songs that I really appreciated. Production on this EP was just raw. It was really nice just hearing like the beats and stuff like that. And then the 808s on this project are insane, like very insane. I remember, so me and Chris, we were listening to Glock in My Purse.
Glock in My Purse.
In the room. And he was like, you got to wait for him to say. Don't
do that. Don't do that. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, no, so this my listening experience was strange because for whatever reason on Apple Music there was like only 4 songs that were on there originally, and the first one was Cigarette, and he starts like he does this really weird like Elephant Man rendition where he's like Panda River, and also crazy thing, Lil Uzi may speak better patois than you do.
Don't do me, bro. He did not speak better patois to me, bro. That shit was
I don't know.
terrible.
But anyway.
You literally, we were literally in the room. You were like, bro, this shit was terrible. You talking about something. This is an honorable mention. And I'm like, bro, I'm not grading him on how good his patois is. I'm grading him on the music.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, like I said, originally when I was listening to a song and it started with cigarette and I got to like Panda River, Panda Bank, I said, oh no, this is not it. But I mean, Uzi is so infectious that like you just listen to it a few more times. It's just like, all right, whatever, I'm down. The one song that did hit me immediately though was aptly titled "It's a Hit." It's a hit. It's a fucking hit. Yeah, I mean, it's just like again, for so many of our favorite artists, I feel like I already know what I want from you. Give me that's like slightly varied. And I think about like 7 a.m., Super Saiyan, even 444 plus 222. Like, there's just so many good Uzi records that like all just fit in like a similar vein. And It's a Hit is a fantastic addition to that like set.
Yeah, and I just think the project as a whole is just a great preparation for the pink tape because I know that's what everybody's waiting for.
Oh, okay. All right, sick. Yeah, I wasn't hip. What was the other song that was really good? It was the Space Cadet?
Yeah.
Yeah, Space Cadet is also good. And it's really funny like listening to Uzi now. That like I'm saving for retirement and shit. Now that I've got like a big boy job, sometimes it feels like I'm a little bit too old for this, but no, it just brings out the youth in you, and it's man, fuck man, Uzi's just good. I'll pick up from here. So the next honorable mention that I have is Planet Asia's Medallion Monarchy. So Planet Asia I hadn't heard of before. I think he was a bigger name in like the late 90s. He was signed to Interscope for a bit. But one of the things that, or what I really appreciated first when I listened to his album, because, you know, we'll listen through a few times and sometimes you'll kind of just catch the production, right? This was an example of production that just grabbed me immediately. And once he started like flowing on here and barring up, I was like, oh, this is like one of those like veterans that is reminding you that he has been in the game for so long because he is so good, right? I think you do get a lot of that kind of just like uncle rap where it's just like, you know, he's reminding you to drink your sea moss. He's trying to tell you to like start wearing like Brooks Brothers and shit like that. But he's also reminding you that he was in the street. His name is not for play. And then like, I think the balance of the two, right? Like I think that having hip hop have like matured and being in a space where like there's still room for like those veterans to kind of just like get their shit off. And in today's like landscape is one of my favorite things about the genre currently. And so Wolf, I think you'd really, really like this album. I'll put you on game. You fuck with C-Moss. Like he's rapping about C-Moss. But yeah, so, you know, this album I would definitely say give a couple listens. My favorite records are Everyday Victory and Soundboy Homicide. Additionally, I just really want to grab all the names of the producers on this project because they were fantastic. So we've got Camouflage Monk, Observe, Eto, Brain Orchestra, and Chong Wizard. Phenomenal work, all you guys, man. This project sounded really good. And yeah, so that was my second honorable mention. What do you got?
I got Chef G from the can. Free Chef G, by the way. Bro, so you telling him not to free a black man? I thought we weren't supposed to put black men down on this podcast.
I have not said a single word, bro.
But you looked at the camera. I can already, your facial expressions gleam.
Look, I don't know what he was accused of. I know nothing, bro. I'm a bystander. I'm a civilian. Talk about your mans.
Anyways, when I was listening to the first half of his project, I was a little like iffy about it because it wasn't necessarily bad, but it was just more so like I expected a lot more. But as you go into the Polo G feature on this project, it gets really nice. And then the features with Sleepy Hollow, Chef G and Sleepy Hollow are like their dynamic duo is just insane. Like it reminds you about songs like Breaking Bad. So songs like Listen, No Remorse, and Like Me on this album were really good because the pairing of the two and how they traded bars together was really good. The production on this album was insane, and then even the drums on this album are crazy. There were like piano type beats on here that really blended in well with the rest of the instruments on the production, and then just the lyrics alone, they were really good too.
Where in California is he from?
He's from New York.
Oh, he's from New York?
Yeah.
Why did I think he was from California?
He is not from California.
All right, well, back to my silence. Anyway. All right, sick. Was that all you had on your mans?
Yeah, but good project.
All right, cool. Well, back to something that I actually do know a little bit about. Apollo Brown. This must be the place. This is the instrumental album. I love a good instrumental album. I think that, one, we just have to listen to so much just like terrible terrible music for this project, and most of the times it's not like the production that's bad. Oftentimes it's just like the lyrical content that's either just like boring or cringeworthy or just like for whatever reason just shit that you just don't want to hear, right? And so when you get an instrumental album and a beautiful one at that, man, it's a godsend. Apollo Brown from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit, one of the most underrated hip hop cities in the country. Like, the talent coming out of Detroit just doesn't get, or I personally don't feel like it gets the respect that it deserves. And you know, here's one of those producers from out of the D that is just like, you know, continuing in the legacy of like Dilla and others. And so, you know, I was trying to think about like commentating on instrumental albums is like really fascinating, right? Because it's like usually when you talk about an album, you'll say like, oh, you know, the rapper's talking about this, that, and the third. And here's just beautiful sounds, man. This shit sounds like Central Park on a Sunday morning in like peak fall, right? Like everything around it is just like beautiful, right? Like I have no other ways to like know how to properly describe it. But you know, this is one of those albums that I would say just listen through straight through. There is one particular standout record that I really like called Escapism. That's like higher in tempo, you know, something that I could almost see like Fab rapping over. But the rest of it is a lot more melodic and just really good. And one day I'll be able to like better describe music. But for now, all I can say is this is a beautiful album. Check it out. And shout out to Apollo Brown. Shout out to Detroit.
Shit. Are you going to talk about the Flo Milli Rico Nasty album?
I've been trying to do it by like release dates. So I'll get those are at the bottom. So I'll get those later. Who you got?
You know I'm good. Besides, if we gonna do Joey now, we gonna do Joey now. I don't think I want to do it now though.
You want to do it now?
Nah, I think I want to save that to the end.
Nah, let's do it now. Wolf. Let's talk about your mans, bro.
What you want to talk about, man?
Can I just get your? Oh, actually, I know exactly how I want to start this.
I bet.
The other day I was in the studio with you,
Mm-hmm.
and we were. You had asked me how I felt about the album. This was one that you were really hype about, and I was
hype about.
Super hype about. Thank you for correcting me. And so when it finally came out, because the release date was pushed back, I was here and I was like, "Hey, Wolf." Oh no, you asked me what I thought about the album first.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, it was cool." I was on my way to Aldi and I was listening to it, and you just cut me off.
Yeah, I was like, nah. I don't even like the setup to how you attempting to speak on this shit. I'm like, no. It's not. I don't hear the love, the respect, the grace.
And look, I think that was like a Friday morning. I may have had like a half day or something for whatever reason. Like I was just like, it was just a cool morning, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in the car. I've got like a decent enough drive. Let me bump that new Joey. But you didn't appreciate that.
You talking about I was in the store? Like, nah, that ain't what you want to hear. That ain't the energy, bro. You talking about I was in the store?
All right, fine. So anyway, then I proceeded to tell you that I liked what I heard. Like upon like initial listen, like I was a fan. And then you started telling me about how "Call Me If You Get Lost" by Tyler was one of the best projects of the last couple years.
Yeah.
It stands alone up there.
Yeah.
And then you said that this album might stand up there with it.
With it, for sure.
You still hold that to be true?
Yeah.
All right, tell me why, bro.
Yeah,
because I thought that was nuts.
Yeah, and look, this is the thing. So like, obviously, like music is mad subjective, right?
Absolutely,
you know,
and that's the fun of this, right? Like,
right, of course. But like, I gotta set the table by saying that to say like the type of rap that I like it to be like applicable to my life. You know what I mean? So like, I like some drug bars. You know, niggas gonna shoot at your mama house and all that. That shit is necessary sometimes too. Mm-hmm. But I would prefer to hear a nigga talk about like how good his cologne smell, how he got the bitch, he made a double take, you know what I mean? He got the ceiling the floor condo, you know what I mean? I want to hear about like things that I could like really amount to goal wise, you know? And I feel like Tyler's album and Joey's album, but specifically Joey's album is like that, bro. Like everything he talking about is just some very realistic, like you could get there one day, you know what I mean? Like it's all about I'm young, I'm black, I look good, I'm very talented, I'm
Yes.
very rich.
Okay.
And I'm having my way with this world. I'm like, I like that. You know what I mean?
And I feel you, and I think that Joey is one of the flyest rappers of all time.
Bro, he got. Come on,
Yeah, like the drip is impeccable. Because I remember when Joey. There's always like when you've been following someone for so long, and you
Right.
can like watch their come up.
See, yeah.
So I remember like Skater Joey. Then I remember Joey getting a
Right.
little bit of money and like, you know, then rocking whatever was hot in the hood at the time, right?
That's
like,
a fact,
let's call it
yeah.
like, I guess back then it would have been like Kith and Supreme.
Kith, Supreme.
And
yeah.
then really getting money and like shopping at like boutiques, shit that niggas don't even know about, like Bode.
Right.
Bro, do you know what Bode is?
No, I don't know. About it.
Bro, all right. Pete, did you see that, did you watch that interview with Joe Budden and Isaiah Rashad?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You remember the pants that Isaiah Rashad had on and that shit?
Fire.
Bode.
Fire.
Bode.
Yeah.
Bro, I was watching Atlanta the other day and Donald Glover had on this crazy shirt and I was like, yo, where did this nigga get this shirt? Bode. Joey Badass is one of them dudes where it's just like, nah, you got to be in the know and the shit that, you know,
bro.
I tried to go look up how much some shit at Bode costs. I don't have $3,000 for a shirt.
That's how much it was?
That shit is,
Damn. I was thinking I might go get me some.
nah,
Yeah.
bro, we can't
All
go to
right,
Bode.
That's cool.
Bro, Bode ain't for us.
That's cool. Like I said, you know what I mean? He got goals that you wish for.
But
you
the
know?
aspiration.
The
But yes,
aspirations.
all that to say, when I like got to a point where it was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna put more effort into the wardrobe. Like, who am I trying to like aspire to be? Joey was always on the top of the list, and then I realized I couldn't afford to dress like Joey, and so
I mean, listen, like, the guy, he's a good fashion like inspiration. He really is, because it's very manly taste. You know, rappers dress like little boys. They dress very immature. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, like even Griselda. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas got 7 chokers on their neck. These niggas got super skinny jeans. It's like, you think about Hove, right? You think about Esco, right? And you see how, like, as time went on, they continue to look like great men. Like, you think about Common. They look like good-looking men. You know what I mean? They dress very nice, have very nice fabric, very nice cloth on. It's very tasteful. The type of shit that can get a real woman, not an Instagram bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hear you, Wolf.
I'm just trying to paint the picture of why.
No.
Joey is so cool.
I think that I always like walk into the studio mentally prepared for, what shit is Wolf gonna say about Griselda that I'm gonna have to defend?
Bro, I love them, bro. I got nothing against them for real. Like, hip hop owes Griselda tremendously. Everybody knows.
But yes, you were spot on in your takes minus the Griselda point. But yeah, all that to say, in getting back to Joey, like you were saying, you know, Joey is on here talking his fly shit, and I think that this was like a similar critique that I had for Tana Talk 4. It's not that like Joey's an impeccable rapper. Joey makes good songs. I really like when those artists sound like super hungry.
Yeah.
And so one of the reasons why, to me, Before the Money is a classic. 1999 is a classic. Summer Nights is great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm putting it probably like third in that list.
Okay.
This album, just because I feel like I don't have a Christ conscious. I don't have a What were the other like classic records off Before the Money?
Dusty, Big Dusty.
Big Dusty was cool. Hold on, we'll sort this out right now. Paper Trails. I don't have Number 99. Number 99 was a 1, bro.
So you think Paper Trails was like classic?
That song, I really love that song.
Okay.
And not a class. So maybe I articulated that wrong. I think I really like Joey when he sounds like Number 99, Christ Conscious. Yeah, like those are 2 of my favorite songs from him.
Because a lot of that shit sound like dusty New York rap sometimes.
But you know that's my shit though.
Nah, and I like that shit too. But like, I'm like, I feel you though. Continue though.
Yeah, I mean it's a very obvious, New York bias. Like I'm proud to rep it, and it is what it is. But yeah, so I think that's what I was looking more for. But can we go through this track? I didn't even I wasn't even planning on like going through like spend this much time on it. But let's do this.
Let's go.
The Baddest with Diddy.
I know I could play the piano, did you, nigga? Like, I'm top, bro.
No, I'll be very transparent. There's certain things that just work for me. Diddy ad-libs work for me. You put those over some expensive-ass pianos.
For sure.
Bet. You know what you don't do over those expensive-ass pianos? Tell me about this Holy Trilogy, bro. Kendrick,
Oh,
Jermaine,
yeah, that was
and Joey.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
bad. That was real bad.
That was crazy, but again, I guess it just depends on how you look. I guess it just depends on how you look at
And
it.
he's got to say that, but like not on the record, bro. Not
I
in
mean,
public.
but, okay, but look, let me challenge it, right?
Uh-huh.
But why not?
And that's the thing. Like every rapper's got to say that they're the best. I think that.
But why not?
No, I'm not saying that they shouldn't. The reason why I think that it's funny is that Joey's last album wasn't great. Or I didn't personally like it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like great.
Yeah, no. But I think that he's also spent so much time away from rap that that would be like if Stove got stopped rapping for 10 years and then came back around and was like, hey, yo, me, Jermaine, and Kendrick. I'm like, shout out to you, Stove, but you've been gone for a little while, bro. Like I don't know if this feels appropriate.
But see, the only difference between that though is like Stove God don't got a 1999 though.
What you gotta say? What you gotta say?
Come in here like always bearing peace, bro.
You go talk. Let him talk about reasonable doubt like that.
Reasonable drought.
Drought.
I'll correct
The
both
nigga
of you.
start the album singing another nigga song, bro. What you want to do, bro? What you want to do, bro?
No. Reasonable drought is up there for me.
Better than 1999. I don't know many rappers with a piece in their collection as like pristine as 1999. Respectfully, you know what I mean?
Here's what I will say. I won't call it right now, but I would argue it.
All right.
I would if called to battle. All the guns in the Griselda arsenal. We're out here spinning the block, bro. But anyway, yeah. So that's why the Holy Trinity thing was kind of just a little bit just funny. But the song was good.
Yeah.
Make Me Feel. Love the sample. Shout out to Static Selector.
Yeah.
Always love Static Selector production.
Me too.
He's I don't know if it's rappers are afraid to rap on his stuff or if he's just more selective about who he like lends his music to, but man, he actually was doing I was gonna call this a residency, but I feel like that's not the right word. At Sweet Chick in Williamsburg, this fried chicken spot. He's been doing like Soulful Sundays where he'll just go bring out like the Technics and just DJ for 2 hours.
Oh, like he does this every now and then, like reoccurring?
Yeah.
What? I'm there.
No, it was lit. You know, I brought the homie out there the other day. Her and I were just like vibing.
Oh, you was there too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
Bro, I'll be outside.
That's dope, bro. That's fucking tight.
Is that the third chicken spot you was trying to?
Yeah. Williamsburg has some phenomenal fucking fried chicken spots, and I know that unfortunately you can no longer partake.
Yeah,
but Sweet Chick may have some vegan shit. Next time I go,
they got the vegan vegetarian, but
okay, word. We gotta get you on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so again, you know, I literally saw Static the other day, and so to hear him on this was just like really, you know, it's just good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Where I Belong,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Brand new 911.
dope,
On the lot.
dope.
You
West
know?
Side. great verse from Westside.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that from you.
Yeah, that's no Griselda hate, bro. For real.
And there are too many records to actually go through. But like, what were your immediate favorites?
I'm gonna tell you off top. One of Us with Larry June.
Yeah.
Listen, for anybody who's listening to this and for y'all too, like when I try to explain what I like about Joey the most, if you go listen to One of Us, it fully encompasses what the fuck I'm talking about.
Got it.
Like, bro, I just love grown man rap, bro. I just love it, bro.
Fair.
You know, so One of Us is that. Zip Codes, once again, grown man rap. You know what I mean? Like 3 verses, bro, of just straight crack. Just telling y'all, like, bro, let me tell you all the reasons why I'm better than you, bro. Like,
For sure. Was that the one that Kirk Knight produced?
It was, yeah,
Okay,
it was.
Shout out to Kirk Knight, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about somebody with a fucking come up. Like, it's always good to see
That's
Joe.
a dope thing to see.
Yeah, with more of like the pro era
Right.
type guys like around. So
And Chuck Strangers did brand new 911.
yeah. Oh, sick. I didn't even realize that. That's awesome.
Right, yeah, for real.
Sick. And we actually before I get silly again, Survivor's Guilt, the song about Steez.
Heavy.
Heavy. And I think that, you know, the whole purpose of the show is kind of just to continue to enjoy and just like laugh and just like live in the music that we love and appreciate. I think that there are some people in the hip hop commentary space that just do the exact opposite. Like they thrive off of negativity.
Of course, yeah.
And so there was a lot of kind of just like commentary about just like, not even shit that I want to speak on, but just like where Joey may have played a role in like the passing of Steez, right? And it's all just like people who don't know shit, weren't around.
That's
It's just like
shit to
corny
say.
shit, right?
That's crazy.
But I would imagine that like all that stuff has to have weighed heavy on him. Like, you know, that was
Yeah.
his, you hear how well he talks about, or like the intimacy in which he talks about Steez. And
For sure.
there's another great song on Summer Nights where again he's like talking about just like the tragedy that was not only I mean especially for him but for hip hop as a whole for losing Steez. Steez was, I mean, that pen was crazy.
Yeah.
What a fucking brilliant mind. And so yeah, that was just a beautiful song that I just wanted to highlight before I asked you a bunch of really stupid questions.
Okay.
All right. At the end of the Larry June, the song with Larry June, right? There's a voicemail,
Oh yeah.
and it's somebody who is getting ready to propose to his wife. If
Yeah.
I'm remembering this correct.
That shit sounded real.
Do you think it was?
Nah, once it continued to go on, because then he was like, "This is how it went." Then I was like, "Okay, this is fake." But it sounded, the nigga's voice was shaky and shit, and I like it sounded like a realistic situation. It did.
Okay, so let me tell you why I just had so much fucking song with with this record. Shout out to the Foresight Company. He had posted something today where he was just like, the Joey album dropped 2 weeks ago. What's your favorite record? And I was like, yo, that shit with Chris Brown. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Just being an asshole.
Oh, okay, trolling. I'm about to say, like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, just being an asshole. But so anyway, so the voice message is essentially some guy who is going through his girl's phone, right, and he's ready to propose to her, but he sees that
Yikes.
there's somebody saved in there as the rapper.
Yeah.
And he calls and he goes, yeah, like I recognize this is a 917 number, like this must be some New York nigga. Is this Joey? And Joey's like, Joey sounds like he's just woken up, right? It's like he's in the middle of his sleep. He's like, yeah, bro. And he's like, yeah, I'm really thinking about taking it serious with this girl, but like,
So I got the ring and everything.
yeah, I got the ring and everything, but like, were you intimate with her? And Joey proceeds to go, yo, watch this. Talk about how he's blowing her back out, all types of shit. Not only, and not only did he just,
Yikes.
one, there are just so many things wrong with this, right? Not only is this so disrespectful to my mans, but fuck that guy anyway. If you actually find yourself in a situation where you're getting ready to propose to a woman, are going through her phone, find somebody saved as the rapper, then call the rapper. Have you never listened to a Biggie album? You are only destined to fucking just hear some shit you're not gonna like.
Hey, he had to do it though. I feel him though. I hate it had to be him. I do. I hate it had to be you on the other side of that coin, but it had to happen.
Once I thought it was not only just like hilarious for Joey to be like, yeah, bro, no, sucking me off like oxtail, all types of imagery that no nigga wouldn't want to imagine.
Yikes, that's crazy.
Then he gets Chris Brown to start singing on it. Imagine you called the nigga that was sleeping with your woman, right?
Yeah.
And then Chris Brown just pops in and lays background vocal. No, bro.
You just got snipers on one track, like just niggas who just be
Oh
fucking other
my
niggas' girls.
God.
Like, God damn.
I thought that shit was funny as hell. Like just because it was just like so, it was just so absurd.
Probably inspired by a very true story too.
Yeah, niggas are suckers, bro. Like, yeah, yo.
You think he a sucker for that?
No. Not that Joey's a sucker.
No, I'm talking about the other dude.
Yes, bro.
How he a sucker? He a victim.
Nigga, hold on. Let me make this loud and clear to everybody listen. Hey, yo. If you're getting ready to, we'll be tight, bro. If you're getting ready, if you're in a serious relationship, so much so that you're ready to like propose to a woman and you're going through her phone, that's strike number one. Yo, you shouldn't be proposing to any woman that you're still going through her phone. That's dead that.
Hold on, time out. But what if you got what if your intuition is telling you something? What then?
You shouldn't even be marrying that woman to begin with. Then, like,
Nah, but this is about to be about something else other than music. This is crazy.
All right. Well, here's my personal philosophy. I'd like to think that if I'm at a point where, ayo, like, this is not only a serious relationship, this is, I am considering, like, I would like you to be the mother of my child and someone
Right,
that I want
the
to
whole
devote
way.
the rest of my life to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a place where I feel like it's necessary to be going through your phone.
The facts. I agree with you. I don't either.
So stop rolling me up, bro.
But I'm just saying, if you get a feeling, then it's like people change, bro. You know,
that is,
you're
you're absolutely right. People do change.
You get a
so
feeling, it's like
that's true. All right, so cool. Strike one, because there's a lot of problems here. This nigga's been off the plate, bro. Next batter, please. Strike two, you find somebody saved as the rapper.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you call the number.
Nah,
He said he text. He said he sent the text first.
Okay.
And then he called. But nonetheless, he called.
All right, so strike two and strike three.
Yeah. Nah, that's bad.
And
work.
then Joey Badass picks up, bro. No, bro. I don't want to know how my girl knows Joey Badass, bro. I just don't.
Bro, but you gotta know, because if you didn't ask, then you would probably get married to the girl still, bro. You gotta know.
But and now to completely take this off this. Hey yo, hopefully people like rappers. We like everybody loves rappers.
Right.
I'm sure that there are more than. I'm sure there are a bunch of people out there that have married women that have slept with rappers, and
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure. Hey,
For sure.
and that's just a part of life, bro. Like it's not like you could try to clown like homie for it, but like so what, bro? Like what's on your body if you really want to talk about it? Like, but I still think that the record is hilarious.
No, that's some funny shit. It's some funny shit, for
And
sure.
so yeah, all that to say, I did think that the concept was really funny.
Right.
I really want to know like who is this song for?
Just for that man, I'm telling you.
That can't be for that man, bro.
It's inspired by a true story, I think.
I think so, but like, do you think that like anybody that's happened to plays this song and just wallows to it? Like they're just in their room crying.
No, they skipping that bitch.
Okay, so
They
this song
skip
is
it.
not for them.
'Cause it
That's what I'm saying. Who is this song for?
I mean, I guess it's for the niggas who be fucking niggas' girls.
Yeah, that's
Because some niggas get off on shit like that.
that is true. I like my life. I try not to play
Some
in
niggas
those
like
games,
that
bro.
shit. Like some niggas be like, "Oh, you got a man? Are you married?" This
No,
is my
I-
kind of girl. You know what I mean? So
I know too many niggas who have gotten their heads knocked off for playing.
yeah,
that
it ain't
game,
for me.
and
It ain't for me,
no,
bro.
no,
Yeah, it's
I-
enough to go around.
I try to walk on I try to walk on the safe, clean path of life, listening to Griselda and thinking, oh yeah, that's that other shit over there.
God in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But yeah, no. All in all, shout out to Joey. I know that this went all over the place, but I mean, this is an artist that we've been invested in for so long.
Yeah,
and
I mean, his
we
music.
couldn't come in here and just talk about it for 2 minutes, man. It wouldn't be right. I think I may have seen Joey perform more so than like most rappers, because we've been to like at least 2 Steez days. Saw him perform at Wu-Tang. Saw him when he came to New Haven for summer nights.
Tuesday
Like,
Day was actually my first concert for real.
really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hard.
Oh man,
That's
yeah.
hard. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like this nigga, I think Joey Badass like the Prince of New York City, bro. I feel like him and ASAP like the Prince of New York City.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Like the Prince, like the young, not the king yet, but it's just like y'all the golden children of New York City.
Yeah.
I feel that. I've definitely had some just like really memorable experience. One time I got laced at a Joey Badass concert.
Laced
Yeah, at the first Steez Day show. That shit was trippy.
with what? He said, "Hell if I know."
Shit.
It was a time. But anyway,
Yeah, right. It was the time.
it was a time for sure. And now we're gonna move on. Dude, Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks dropped a project.
I ain't know that.
How do you feel about Lloyd Banks?
I mean, hey, bro, I gotta hear the music to even tell you that.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you remember when like they were on top of the world? Like
yeah.
that was
He was the bar king
yeah.
for sure.
And you're too young to like properly know
Yeah, no.
Banks, right? Yeah. This album I really enjoyed. Sorry, let me even get the name. The Course of the Inevitable too. I think that there was a great New York era that in the mid 2000s that
Yep,
sometimes feels like it's lost in the history books.
it's gone, bro.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Eric and Jeff Rosenthal of It's The Real. They like created this Discord channel where like a bunch of people were like archiving like their favorite like mixtapes that essentially like if it's not on Dat Piff anymore, like it's just gone. Like it's maybe on like somebody's burnt CD or thumb drive somewhere. Or like one of them old Macs, one of them blue shits.
Yeah.
But just like to commemorate like that era that's just like phenomenal fucking New York before you and all these southern niggas took over the radio and just
Took it over.
oh my god, just ruined hip hop. I'm just kidding.
Relax.
But yeah, sorry. No, to seriously get back into Zam. This was impeccable. I think that like not too often do you see too many people from that era get like a second wind. And when you get like Banks, who just feels like, I feel like him, Cam, there's just like a bunch of people from that era that are just like getting active again and just getting better, right?
Yeah.
And so one of my like favorite record on here was the one with like him and Jadakiss, because it's just so New York, right? Like it just appeals to like everything that is just like my favorite, or just like some of my favorite, like, or just what I want from like New York hip hop. And then also, as to be expected, he's got a song with Benny. He's got a song with Conway. This album, if you ever just need to reminisce on that era, or just need to be reminded of just like who the giants and greatest from that time were, I would definitely recommend checking this out. It's really, really good. Is it just me for a little bit now? Alrighty. All right, the DJ Premier dropped a project with Mass Appeal. Sorry, voice is getting a little scruffy. Called Hip Hop 50 Volume 1 EP. And this was a project that they dropped with Mass Appeal. And starts off with a really cool showcasing of Joey Badass on Premier Beat.
Dope.
That's enough said. That's check and check. The song is fucking good. It's Cool Joey on there being Cool Joey. I'll send it to you because I know you love it.
Yeah.
Then we get Remy Rap. I love whenever we get Remy Ma on a project, because like I really don't think that people like pay enough credence to the fact that like Remy is probably the queen of like all of the best woman rappers. I know that a lot of people, especially of our generation, are gonna give it to Nicki.
I mean, I wouldn't give it to, as far as like Nicki being over everybody, I wouldn't give it to Nicki.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to Nicki.
Who would you give it to? Just out of curiosity.
That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I don't know if I would give it to Remy, but I'm not mad at that either, though.
Okay,
I'm not
got
mad
it.
at that.
I think, especially as somebody who came up and was like the Annie Up remix, bro. I could spit that for you. I could give it to you right now. And just like other like classic Remy tracks, like Remy has just always been like, whenever people talk about like, oh, like women in the rap space aren't as good, like Remy's usually my go-to to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
And so
I hate when niggas say that too.
it's ignorance, bro.
Yeah.
Ignorance and misogyny. But Remy is on here reminding people that half the women that are out right now would be assed out if their ass wasn't out, which is, that's a direct bar from her. That's not me saying that.
That's a beautiful bar.
It's a beautiful bar. A lot of truth in that bar.
It's a lot of truth in that bar. Real talk.
And
beautiful.
On top of that, she's on there. Her verse is followed up by Rhapsody. Rhapsody is one of my favorite rappers right now.
She one of them ones.
Yeah, for sure. And so, speaking of one of them ones, just a slight revert back to Apollo Brown. He had a project with Shay Noir that came out in 2020. Somehow I'll include a link to it here. It was that sporadic. But yeah. Corny YouTube shit, right? Yeah. Look here. Yeah, so sorry. To go back to the project, Rhapsody follows up Remy's verse, just proving that she is one to be rapping next to Remy. Like, she doesn't sound out of place at all. Like, and just like a phenomenal rapper. After that song, we get Beat Breaks by Nas, and it's magic level Nas, man. That Magic project is still one of my favorite projects of the last 12 months. And
that shit hard.
Yeah, he was doing what he was doing with Hit Boy here. Love it. Next, you get Terrible Twos, Run the Jewels. You got Killer Mike and EP over DJ Premier Production. I love Run the Jewels. They can barely do any wrong in my eyes. Them over Primo beats, like I think that's when they're most palatable to everybody, right? Like not everybody is a super fan of like LPs like production.
That's a good way to put it too.
But here's like a showcasing of like exactly what we were talking about, and also the fact that LP could spit.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of just like put him in that producer category, but nah, he's a legend at both. And then we close out with Slick Rick and Lil Wayne. Bro, it's as stupid as it sounds, man.
That's a thing?
Yes, bro. Slick Rick has been active, like, more so than, like, I'm sure people have been aware of, but I think it was maybe after Who Made the Sunshine, one of, like, Wes's projects of, like, who knows? He dropped so much. That could have been last year. That could have been 3 years ago. I couldn't tell you. But no, it's a great reminder for like kids. Go do your homework. Go listen to the Great Adventures of Slick Rick, man. Slick Rick is just one of the ones. And with Lil Wayne, bro, it's just so crazy.
So it was good.
Yeah. Oh no, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
No, it's stupid.
I couldn't tell the way you was.
Oh no,
talking about
sorry. Yeah, no, it was a phenomenal record. And so this is just like a little 5-6 pack, but it's good. Premier Beats with everybody coming to rap on Premier Beats, showing them the respect that they deserve. And so all the hip hop heads will really appreciate it. And now we're gonna go back to the woman, man. We're gonna close out with Flo Milli and Rico Nasty. You a fan of Flo Milli?
Yeah, she dope.
Bro, I love Flo Milli so much.
Yeah, she dope.
I described her to Matt the other day as like the way that everybody loves Coi Leray. That's how I feel about Flo Milli.
Who loves Coi Leray?
Right.
Who?
People like her, bro. You know who really like her? Cousin Andrew, bro. Every time I go on Instagram, bro, and I'll be like, every one of her posts, Andrew be right there. I'll be like, yo, Andrew is 40 years old with 3 kids, bro. That nigga better move. but she's hot. People do like her, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's just the into it. But anyway, I really love Flo Milli. Her last project, like, kind of just like took over the internet. And like, because I like to pretend like I'm an old man that just like, you know, is too old for TikTok or anything like that. It was, you know, I got to give credit where credit is due. White woman from Connecticut put me onto Flo Milli. But ever since, I've seen her everywhere. And I've been so fucking thankful because her shit bangs.
Nah, this album's insane. Like the bars on this, like she got bars on this album. Like she was flowing. The production was insane. Like she was rapping over every song and she was just running the track. Like it was crazy to me. Cause I'm not gonna say like I was new to Flo Milli's album because like I've heard songs from her previously, but just like I'd never listened to a full length project by her. So just listening to this one, I was just like, nah, like she got bars for real. And I was like, told me about it. I was like, okay, you know, might be cool. Like I wasn't expecting anything major, but nah, like this top to bottom, this whole project is crazy.
Yeah, and just to like run through it real quick. Come Outside. Oh my God, it just sounds like the bass on that. It's just, it's weird when I'm in the house like rapping Flo Milli because it's just like, oh, like, you know, all of these like threats towards other women like shouldn't be coming out of my mouth. Like, right. you know what I mean? But it's just so hard. And then like, even like songs like Bedtime is actually one of them ones. Like, and it reminds me of like Missy Elliott and Timberland. Like, it's just got like this really cool futuristic, just like sound to it that almost sounds like it has some kind of just like Middle Eastern / like Arabic influences. It's just really good. Even like this, even when she gets into like her like really like girly bag, where it's just like, all right, you know, we should definitely leave this one to like the woman out there, right? Man, I'd be in the house just like rapping the other day. I was actually playing Hottie in the house, and you know, I think I was just like cleaning up, washing the dishes, just like blasting it. And my roommate Santi came in, and I could just like hear him just like outside, just like, you know, how the fuck does that chorus go? I could feel it in my body, like something about the liquor making you feel naughty or some shit like that, right? Like, but it's just like a hilarious thing to hear from just like a grown ass man like rapping. But it's like this album is a lot of fun. I love Flo Milli, and I think one of the things that I like about this album, more so than her previous work, was that the songs are bangers across the board, but I really like when it's like a faster tempo, because then I feel like you could hear it outside. Like a lot of the Flo Milli song, and maybe it's just like a bop like that, like the women get that I'm just not in tune with or in sync with. But I really love just like a faster paced anthem, and I feel like she gives you a lot of these on here. And so yeah, this Flo Milli project definitely don't skip out. Oh man, this I probably listen. This is probably like the second most listened to project. I think it goes West Side Gun for me, and then this if I were to rank them. And then we'll close out with Rico Nasty. So you familiar with Rico Nasty as well?
Yeah,
right?
Definitely, for sure.
When I was first getting into this album, I think it was the Sunday after we had like that family reunion up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And that was a real wholesome day. So I woke up on Sunday not hungover, well hydrated, and I was like, man, like beautiful fucking day. Was drinking my tea, and I was like, oh shit, I got to continue to listen to the albums for this project. And at the top of the list was Rico Nasty. And in that split second between the time when I hit play and when the album started, I said, yo, it is a Sunday morning. This is not the time to be listening to Rico Nasty. Like, I should be on my way to church, not having like just like her and like BK the Ruler just like screaming in my ear. But so yeah, as soon as it started, I was like, nope, got to come back to this. Eventually got back around to it like later that night. And man, dude, Rico is just so good. I think that for a lot of people, she may be like a little bit too like punk, but I really enjoy how just like she's able to traverse so many different just like genres. And I think she does that more so here than on like a lot of her other projects. Like I feel like there are parts here that sound just like very like house-ish. Like you could almost be like take some of these to like Ibiza or whatever, and just like you can imagine it being like played out there. But my favorite songs are the ones where she's just like really barring up, right? So it's Vaders with her and BK the Ruler. It's just so industrial and so fucking hip and dope, and like I don't know, I get like starstruck when I'm listening to Rico. It's just fucking really good. And then I also really like the record M.P.C. BK the Rule is also on that, but that's the one that starts off with like it almost sounds like some kind of like indie rock thing.
Yeah.
But then when like the beat picks up, and then she just starts flowing over it, it's just really good. And so I think this is like one of her like more diverse projects to me anyway. The slower songs definitely don't do it for me as much as like the real punk industrial ones, but definitely don't skip over it. Last Ruin Us, if I'm pronouncing that right, I may not be, is my final honorable mention for July 2022. But all in all, I think it was a solid month. We'll have playlists available with like all of our favorite records from these projects. And until next time, we will talk to you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other bullshit, and
Peace.
Peace.